Hey everybody, I'm actually here at my house, and I think most of you have already heard that there's a big giant winter storm that's supposed to be coming on the East Coast. So I'm here in my backyard, going to show you a few things that you probably should do in January before any kind of major storm. For most of you that might be watching that are not in North Carolina, you've already had the winter storm. But for us here, there's a couple things. Number one is going to be go ahead and disconnect your water hose from the exterior. That way that the hose doesn't freeze and the faucet doesn't freeze. Here's an example. Alright, so usually these aren't on pretty tight. At least ours are. So we need to get a ratchet. Get a ratchet. Righty tighty. Lefty loosey. Come on, yo. Let's do this. Alright, look at that, hand tight. Alright, so disconnect it. Usually you also want to drain the hose. That way there's not any kind of ice that's going to develop in your hose. Wind them up nicely. If you have a nice little nozzle on there, like I do, spray it a couple times, make sure all that water just kind of comes out. You don't want that sitting in there. And another little helpful tool. I'm not literally on my roof, but if you have time today, you're going to want to get up on your roof and eliminate some of that debris that's sitting on your roof. What happens a lot of times, and you'll notice it if you have any kind of rotting like we kind of do here, that ice and that water will get underneath the shingles and loosen those shingles. So when the spring comes around and you have that first major storm, your shingles will start to come loose. So go ahead and get up there and clean it up, especially with your gutters. Alright, and then a couple of other things. I actually pruned these a little bit late in the fall season, so I'm a little bit concerned because I cut them back pretty far. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is cover up my shrubs. That way they don't get any damage and they come back in the spring. So if you have any rose bushes, you're going to want to cover them up. If you have anything that you freshly planted, like I might have done, either late fall or maybe late summer, go ahead and cover those up as well. All right, now last couple of things. I think a lot of you are probably going to have either a wood burning fireplace or a gas burning fireplace or that such. I highly suggest that you go ahead and check all your carbon monoxide detectors and your smoke detectors to ensure that your family is safe. And also, I would highly suggest that if you have outdoor pets, please bring them in. You can put them in the garage, lock them up in a bathroom. I would just suggest, it's going to be really, really cold out there. And if you don't want to live out there, they don't want to live out there. I know that most of you don't know, but I actually have a whole harem of chickens and a couple of roosters. So for us, we will be putting on the big giant light warmer here for our chickens in the coop. If you have any other questions and if you have found this helpful, please share. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that may not know that you have to do some of these things. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.